So Arsenal to get us underway here, looking to get back to winning ways in the Premier League and close the gap on the three clubs above them in the race for the title this year. Gosling picking it up for Bournemouth, wearing a change outfit today, all blue for the Cherries. Monreal caught by Adam Smith on that side. Two Smiths in the Bournemouth side today. Here's Mustafi. Debuchy getting an early touch. Nice 1-2 played with Walcott. Lovely weighted ball it was by Debuchy, a first contribution that he'll have enjoyed. Xhaka laid it off to Nacho Monreal, who thought about the shot for a moment, even from out there. Sanchez lays it wide. Cut back in, Ozil! And Arsenal could have been ahead.
Curling back towards Federici, and Ake knew all he had to do was just kind of get his body in the way. But when Sanchez flicked that, yeah, the spin was always favouring the goalkeeper.
Had a good scoring season so far, 8 goals for Theo Walcott. Oh, and there's a terrible mistake, and Arsenal are ahead. My goodness me, Alexis Sanchez, and it was a gift. What on earth were Bournemouth doing there?
Well, it's Steve Cook. And this is absolutely baffling. He's just had an absolute shocker. He tries to play it back to his goalkeeper and leaves it hopelessly short. And Sanchez has had an easy task, really, just to shift it out of his feet and take it out of the goalkeeper's chances of making it. It's a lovely little finish, the way he slipped it through. But what was going on here with Cook, I do not know. He's had an aberration.
That is a spectacular, no contact really. Ozil missed out, no foul on him at all. Played in there, and it was as well Mustafi was the man to win the header. Now Wilson's on the chase here. Monreal's challenge. The referee's given a penalty. The referee says that's a penalty. Arsenal complain. Yellow card, I think, for Mustafi for the protest.
I think you're right. I mean, Monreal is trying to make it side to side, and he thinks it's legal, but it looked as if he might have been just a little behind his man. And because of the way he went down, it made it look more spectacular. I'm not sure that's a penalty. I think Wilson's fooled the referee into giving that.
Callum Wilson against Petr Cech. Wilson, the man who had such an injury nightmare with a cruciate problem. Huge boos from the crowd, trying to make it as uncomfortable as possible for the penalty taker. But Wilson scores, and Bournemouth level. It's the first time Bournemouth in their history have ever scored against Arsenal.
And Art has just got to settle down as well, because he has a feisty streak and he needs to calm that.
That goal has rattled Arsenal after their recent experiences. Crowd here absolutely desperate that their team doesn't lose touch with this title race, but Bournemouth haven't read the script, it would seem. Stanislas plays it in, Ake plays it across, goal! And a wonderful chance, really, for Adam Smith to score a second. Brad Smith into Harry Art, a nice little flick on by King. Brad Smith! Well, Brad Smith is getting a real telling off there from Callum Wilson about not squaring this to him.
How good is this? This is absolutely fabulous football to get him in, and it was greedy by Brad Smith, because if he does centre it, every chance it is a second for Bournemouth.
I think he chose the wrong option there. And Bournemouth have squandered now a couple of opportunities to flowing locks. Can Arsenal get themselves back in front before the break? Ozil, lovely ball that, really picked that beautifully. And Sanchez hits the bar! Whoa, with hardly any backlift, swerving And that bar's still shuddering, I think. In the Premier League anyway, in that first half. A controversial call, it has to be said. So Bournemouth in the all-blue, about to get us underway at the start of the second half. Arsenal, by the way, keeping up a record of never having been behind at half-time this season. But not the scoreline they were really looking. And not everybody could they, Jim?
No. I mean, your head can be kind of thrown completely something like that, because he would have been desperately disappointed with himself. But you have to find a way of overcoming it, and he has.
Sanchez for Arsenal. Here's Ozil. Those two linking up again. Sanchez and Ozil. That's a lovely turn. Ozil looks to pick exactly the right ball. Monreal cuts it back in, and Arsenal are ahead. It's Theo Walcott. 2-1 Arsenal. There was artistry about the build-up with Ozil at the heart of it all. They picked the right balls and they found the combination to the safe. One for the baby.
Absolutely. I mean, Sanchez began it all, and then the skill of Ozil just kept it all alive. And the little deflection from Ake just kind of helped it into Monreal's path. But listen, I think the fullback...
Arta wanted that, but I took it away from him. Mousset. Just a little bit of an experience maybe, and now Giroud couldn't quite gather it into his path.
Well, again, it's a lovely spot by Xhaka to try and release him. And, you know, they have missed that type of pass from Santi Cazorla in his absence.
Benakifobe. Towards the back post is Mousset, who had a real chance and should have done better than that.
Well, that reaction says it all, doesn't it? He's furious with himself that he didn't steer it between the posts. I mean, it's an absolute cracking ball in on his head, and just there is a little bit of a nudge from Monreal at the very end, but I'm not sure it was enough to cause that.
Total frustration for Eddie Howe, who's in his 200th game of the second spell as Bournemouth manager. He did go away for a year or so to Burnley. Giroud for the 1-2 with Ramsey. Here come Bournemouth again, but it's getting late now. 4:90 almost played. Find out how much stoppage time any second. Here's Giroud. It's 3 against 2 for a moment. Ozil. Giroud. Sanchez waiting in the middle. 3-1. Points are pouched by Arsenal. That settles the argument, and it's been a fierce argument.
It has. They've had to work very, very hard to get there, and we have to praise Bournemouth for that. But as soon as Giroud got on this, I'm thinking it's probably going to end up with Sanchez somehow. The little release to Ozil, then he went again, and at one stage I thought there's too much on it. Will he keep it in? And he does so extremely well. And I mean, Bournemouth have just got caught napping, haven't they? They've not picked up the run from Sanchez. They're static, and they should have maybe got there a little quicker. But I think it's what Arsenal deserve, because they did pick it up second half.
2 for Sanchez today. Yeah, Francis and Cook, maybe a bit of tiredness there late on in the piece. Just switched off. Sanchez hasn't switched off, I suspect, since he got up this morning. He has been quite brilliant today for Arsenal. Mousset, who had that chance to make it 2-2 minute or so before. That's football for you. That's how it can turn.
And November is starting to look just that bit rosier.
It's 5 minutes of stoppage time that we are playing. That goal arrived within the stoppage time, and it looks like it's sealed the points for Arsenal to Well, they'll stay in 4th place, but they'll be within touching distance of the teams ahead of them, crucially. All of which is probably bad news for Tottenham. They're the ones who have been the losers this weekend, losing at Chelsea and beginning to fall away from that top 4 at the moment. Arsene Wenger. He's a big admirer of Eddie Howe. There's two. A lot of good things to say about each other, similar philosophies, and I think it's one of the reasons why Jack Wilshere went to Bournemouth.
Yeah, I think absolutely. I mean, I think Eddie Howe is of the same type of philosophy as Arsene Wenger.
Gabriel is the latest one to go in the book.
Yeah. Just a little wild from Gabriel.
Koscielny winning the header. Cook with the long throw in, and it's flicked on again towards young Moussa. He's just found it a little bit difficult since he came on to make the kind of impression he would have wanted. Ibe plays it in there. Bournemouth still aren't stopping. Arter.
Yeah, he went for the little kind of back heel to try and get Moussa in. Didn't quite work. Oh, and they're still chasing things down in the hope they might get another goal back, Bournemouth. But
Ramsey to Alexis Sanchez again. He's on a hat-trick now. Ramsey plays it in there. Ake gets it away. Here's El-Neni. Here's Francis for Bournemouth. Harry Arter, another fine game from him in the Bournemouth midfield. Adam Smith now switched to left back. Man of many talents and positions, it would seem. Ibe.
yeah, a little ricochet back off Ibe, and Arsenal have got the goal kick.
But just a word on Bournemouth, Jim. They finished 16th with 42 points last year. Fair bet that they're going to be okay again, you'd think, this year.
Yeah.